contact. So this is going to be for Aries. This is going to be one card per month to give you an outlook on what your 2026 may look like. I'm going to start with January. Even though we're out of January, I'm still going to pull a card for January. All right, so for Aries, we have the Seven of Wands. For the Seven of Wands, all right, so you have, for January, you may have had your guard up. You may have started the year off trying to speak your truth. Started the year off coming in with all types. You know, Aries like to take control, and Aries likes to be that very boastful, and they're very passionate about how they feel. So you may have came into 2026 on your big thing. You may have came in with a big ego, with a big ideas, trying to jump out there and tell people what you're going to do, what you're not going to do. So some of you walked into 2026 with a lot of boundaries being set, a lot of ideas being placed, saying what you're going to do, what you're not going to do. All right, so I'm going to clarify the Seven of Wands for January and see what else we may have. All right, so you also have the Ace of Cups. So, yeah, some of you came in, you got a new beginning. Some of you started the year with new love. You set those boundaries. And with setting those boundaries and coming in with having your guard being up, you have a lot of emotional clarity now. You are no longer confused about what you had going on in 2025. All right, so January looked like a really good month for some of you, okay? All right, so let's go look at February. February was the Ace of Cups, so be ready for new opportunities. So some of you may in February, even though we're only in the beginning of March, February may have brought a lot of new opportunities for you. You may have got your creative spark in February. You may have started some new projects, okay? A lot of emotional overflowing, a lot of taking time to yourself. All right, let's clarify this Ace of Cups for February. All right, so you got the Seven of Cups. Okay, so Ace of Cups and Seven of Cups. Okay, so a lot of choices, a lot of options were in February. You had a lot of choices about which way you wanted to go. Some of you may have had too many options, which caused a lot of confusion, all right? So that confusion can lead to so many different things. February was a good month to thinking outside the box and kind of creating your own fantasy about what you want to do, because every cup represents something different. Every cup gives you more options of something that you may have wanted. So February was a good month to really sit and think about all the opportunities that you might have had. A lot of you may have gotten new job opportunities, new options for moving, been thinking about moving out of state. Yeah, sometimes you can sometimes you can fantasize, and you can with Aries. I know that you can kind of, I don't ever want to say you dream too big, but sometimes you're not always in the reality of things. You may say, okay, I want to go buy a horse today, knowing good and well you have nowhere to put this horse. So sometimes you can just be a little far-fetched with your ideas, but if you narrow down what you really want, and you have to work towards the ideas, saying what you want and actually doing the work is a little hard, okay? It's a little hard if you're not. They have to be cohesive. So you can say you want to go get a horse, but you got to start making a space for the horse to go. So it has to be cohesive. And some Aries kind of like see what they want, but have no idea how to get there, or not ready to work up to that. And what I will say with Aries, a lot of times some of you Aries will take the route of using people to get what you want. I promise you, it's never going to be a thing. You're always going to it's going to put you in back at square one, because you have to actually do the work to get there yourself. I sometimes asking for help, but actually asking for help and using people to get what I had, they're not the same thing. So you got to figure out how you're going to get what you need to get, but you have to put your own work in. All right. So March, you have the Six of Wands. Six of Wands, you had a lot of victory, a lot of success coming in March. March just got started, so I see a lot of success coming for you. You have a lot of recognition for your hard work. So some of you have started this race in January, February. Some of you have done the work, and now you're finally getting to the finish line. Let's get a clarifying card for March. Okay, honey. All right. So you got the World card. All right. So with the World card, everything is right at your feet. If you continue to do the work, everything that you want will be at your feet. You will be able to get everything that you're looking for, okay, with this World card and this Six of Wands. You're connected, you're being fulfilled, you're being whole. You have a lot of different avenues are opening up for you. A lot of integrations are opening up for you. So I feel like March is going to be a really good month. We also have the spring equinox coming up. So this is the real new year. And I feel like with the real new year coming, you finally have some type of clarity. You finally understand what you want. And I think some of you are finally coming out of that fogginess where you were, like I said, some of you have been using people to get ahead, and you finally decided, okay, this is enough. Enough is enough, and it's time for me to move on. I love this deck because this deck does ask questions, and it says, how can you see the interconnectedness of things in your life? Like, how can you see how things are connected? Sometimes you got to end some of those connections to reconnect. If that makes sense, okay? So we're all connected. Everything is connected. Everything is possible. Sometimes the cycle needs to end and start a new one. So you have to end that cycle, which is why the world card is a cycle. Okay, so you're going around the world. It's like you got your cycle of life. Your birthday comes, you got a whole number 365 days. It's a cycle. So every year when you get older, you're supposed to be shedding the old and starting new. So I feel a lot of you have finally got that clarity, and you will be getting to the new cycles of life. So I like that. All right, so for April, we have the Three of Swords. Okay, so I see some painful breakups, some separations are going to be happening. There's going to be some opportunities to heal from some past things. Let's clarify the Three of Swords. Okay, all right. So you got the Tower. Oh, yeah. All right. So the Three of Swords and the Tower means a lot of things are going to be shaken up, falling apart. You're going to have unexpected issues coming up in April. So when you get the Tower cards are not a bad card to have, but it lets you know that if you don't end stuff, it's going to end for you. So March, you have the opportunity to go ahead and walk away. You have the opportunity to figure out where you're going to go. Let stuff go. If you do not do that, come April, that energy, the planets are moving. Right now we're in retrograde. Retrograde will be over March 20th. So if you're not already walking away from whatever you have going on, by April, babe, it's going to walk away from you. Everything's going to come out the closet. Things are going to be falling down. When I say falling, the Tower is everything's coming out. The Tower means that there's no doors, there's no windows. Everything that's in the house comes out the house. Every secret, everything, okay? Every scandal, every little thing that you did not want to happen will happen in April if you do not walk away in March. So March, you have the opportunity to end the cycles. If you don't, come April, they're going to end for you. And I always tell people, when you ask God for things, you have to be prepared for what may come. You can't say, oh, I want this, I want that, I want this, and then you're not ready. So, like, if you ask for clarity in a situation, you have to be ready for the clarity, because, baby, you're going to be smacked with it. It's going to come, and it's going to be, sometimes it throw you off, okay? So, this says, sometimes destruction is necessary to make a new way for new growth. Change is inevitable. Again, change is inevitable. That change is going to happen come April if you don't make the change for yourself. It's going to be a lot of chaos. There's a lot of revelation, sudden change. And it's going to be unexpected and unavoidable. So again, go ahead. If you know you need to end the cycle so that you can avoid some of this unavoidable change. Because some of this change comes with a lot of chaos, okay? A lot of chaos. All right, so that's April. So come May, you have the Page of Cups. So you have a lot of happy surprises coming in May. So May is going to be a good year, a good month for Aries. You're gonna end that April with a lot of foolishness, but May showers brings May flowers, right? So you're going to get your flowers in May. You're going to be getting surprises in May. You're going to have opportunities in love. Some of you may meet someone new in May. All right. All right, let's get a clarifier for our Page of Cups for Aries. All right, you got to be open as well, Aries. So I know some of you are very closed-minded when it comes to being able to receive or feeling like you can't get what you want. You have to be open-minded. A lot of times the issues that with Aries is you talk yourself out of your blessings. A lot of you think the worst about a lot of stuff, and it's like, why think the worst? You got to change your mindset. So you have the High Priestess, which means this is you. Now, This is inner wisdom. This is knowing you can do it. This is knowing that you can achieve things. This is knowing that you have the capabilities to become whoever you want to become. You have to believe it, though. You have to know that this is for you. You have to know that being whoever you want to be is going to happen, okay? Yeah, you have to follow that intuition. The high priestess, you have to get to your higher self. It is time for you to tap into your higher self. If you do not do that, you'll keep going through the same cycle. That word card, you'll keep going through the same cycle. So if you open yourself up and you get that intuition, you definitely will be getting new love, new opportunities. A lot of recognition will happen in May. May is going to be a good month for you if you open your mind, okay? You also, so June, you have the death card. Now, the death card is endings and new beginnings, all right? This is also the Scorpio card. So for some of you are ending with a Scorpio. Scorpio has come, basically has taken all that they can take, and there's no more. This is the death card. The death card is one of my favorite cards of the zodiac because that means something is ending and something beautiful will beginning. Now, I feel like in June or May, you will get the opportunity to see what may be ahead. But for some of you that did not end these cycles, now you in June, and these cycles it's still coming back, So with this death card being here, this is a transitional phase. So June will be a transitional month, and that could mean anything. That means you could be moving, someone could be moving, someone could be relocating, you may be taking a job opportunity out of state, you may be looking to go ahead and buy some land, move to the other side of town. I see a lot of movement and transition is coming, but this is definitely going to be a transformation month. There's definitely going to be a lot of change, okay? Let's get some clarified for this death card. All right, we have the Ace of Wands. Yes, new beginnings. All right, so with the death, there's always new beginnings, right? Something has to pass, so for something new to come in. So for every time someone passes, we get a new baby, right? So you want to have new beginnings. Once you get through this cycle, I feel like June is the month where you're going to kind of mourn the old year. You're going to kind of sit there and do a lot of reflection of who you used to be, what you used to have, and now it's time to close that chapter. Again, closing down chapters. Your whole year, 2026 is going to be closing down chapters for you. And I feel like come June, you're going to have you're going to have confidence. You're going to be stepping into your power. You're going to have a spark of creativity. You're going to have a lot of new opportunities coming, new love, a lot of new things. And for some of you that are planning on moving, I see a new home. I see a new address. I see something completely new for you. And you have to go ahead and embrace that change. All right. So July, we have the Knight of Swords. You have a lot of quick movement, running towards success, and some of you are being blinded by your desires. Knight of Swords. Let's clarify. Can I get a clarifier for the Knight of Swords? All right, so we have the Six of Pentacles. All right, so that's money. So you're going to get someone's going to be here to help you. Someone's going to be offering you some type of charity. Someone's going to be offering you some type of help with whatever situation you have going on. So it's kind of like a knight in shining armor. You have someone that's going to be swooping in to sweep you off your feet and help you out. This could also mean a family member being generous and trying to help you balance out your situation. But I do see a lot of caring and compassion coming from others with this situation. I feel like some of you feel like you're going to be at a loss and you're going to be alone and you're not going to have anyone. But come July, people that you didn't think was going to show up for you will show up for you in July, okay? August, we have the Four of Pentacles. So Four of Pentacles, you have stability, success. Again, your year is moving into a lot of stability. This is now time for you to stand on your own. You now have proven to yourself that you can do this, okay? So August is going to show you that you can do this by yourself. You can take on anything you want to do, all the things that you want to accomplish or have been dreaming to accomplish, that it all comes together. It all comes together, all right? Now you got to try to figure out how to maintain the control of everything, okay? This is the time to create a savings. This is the time to be a little bit more frugal with your spending. All right, so let's try this again. All right, so can I get a card that clarifies the Four of Pentacles? I'm going to take that as a sit there. The Hermit moved up. All right, so this is the time to sit, rest, figure out what you want to do, a time for solitude, to kind of plan out what you want to do, because at this point we're the 2026 is halfway done. So now you're trying to figure out what is going to be your goals for 2027. You know you can do it by yourself. You know you can get ahead. You know you can build these blocks. You know you can build whatever you want to do. You now know that you have the power to do everything, and you now know that you now have a safety net of people who are willing to help you and guide you along the way and give you that positive outlook. So now come, what is this, August, it's time for you to sit down and plan for your 2027 goals. And this is time for you to really sit with your thoughts and figure out what is it that you truly want come in the upcoming year. A lot of guidance, a lot of sitting with the answers are within you. But you have to sit to get those answers. Sometimes asking others, it's cool to ask others for opinion, but you already know what you need to do. You already know. It's already in you. All right. So July, August, September. September, you have the Judgment card. A lot of rebirth, a lot of inner calling. This is tapping into your higher self yet again, trusting your intuition. This is close to a journey. So you have been reborn the whole beginning of 2026. And I feel like with this Judgment card, it is time for you to figure out who you want to be. You have to now pick a side. I feel like you're going to be faced with going back to who you used to be or continue moving forward to who you want to be. Them choices want to keep coming. Can I clarify the Judgment card? Let's clarify the Judgment card. All right, the Star card. All right, so you have a lot of hope, a lot of inspiration, a lot of faith. This is time to step into your spirituality, into your faith. The Judgment with the Faith card. Oh my goodness, this is the time for you to know that the light will guide you. And look at that. You got the star, and you got lightning, you got darkness, but you also have light. You have stars, you have twinkle, like you're like the twinkle of your own eye. This is really, really having self-confidence and knowing that you can do anything you want to do, knowing that you have the power. It's in your hands. So this is what is this? September is a good month to know that you are who you are, okay? You got to figure out what inspires you. What inspires you even when it gets dark? What keeps you going? You need to know what, like as they always say, what's your why? You have to kind of keep reminding yourself of why you're going forward. And it's kind of one of those things where again, you're overthinking. You're expecting the worst. You're now sitting in it. It's like, now, okay, July, everybody was here to help you. You had all this abundance coming in. August, now you got to kind of sit with yourself. Now the dust has settled. Because if you did move into a new home, now you kind of settled in. All the glitz and glam is gone. And now here you are in September trying to figure out, okay, what's my next plan? What's my next steps? Trusting yourself. You start to let that self-doubt come in, and I feel like you need to really sit down and think about your goals. Like really sit down and just kind of just know that it's going to keep working out for you. All right, so we got October. We got the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a wonderful card for trying to get ready to make those changes. When I'm saying, like, see how he's thinking of a plan. You got to continue to know that you can do it. You got to continue to have a plan. You cannot wing it. This is not a wing it type of year, okay? You know that if you're jumping out here and you're doing everything by yourself and you're betting on yourself, you have to have a plan. You cannot continue to wing life. I know sometimes my Aries think they can do everything by themselves with no help. They think they can just get up one day and go build a forest. Go build a whole, I guess I should, not forest. Go build a boat. Go build a mansion by themselves with no help, no guide, no nothing. Y'all are the ones that will go to IKEA and get a damn dresser and with no instructions. Absolutely not. You have to have a plan. You now need to have a plan. And I mean a structured plan. Now I wake up one day and be like, oh, I'm going to be an astronaut today. With no skills, no set, no nothing. You got a whole house behind you. No. You have to, this is the Two of Wands. You have to have a plan. You have to be decided of what you want to do, where you want to go, how you want to move. This is the time for you to get the jobs you want to get. If you want to go be this person, go be that person. You have to have a plan. What is your next steps in life? What are your goals? I feel like a lot of you accomplish little mini goals. It's time to think bigger and jump out there and get these bigger goals. Like you're keeping yourself small, but why? Why are we thinking so small? It's time to get those bigger goals, okay? Let's clarify the Two of Wands. All right, so we have King of Pentacles. Absolutely. Hello. Money. coins, wealth, independence, leadership. I feel like some of you need to be in leadership roles. This right here, that's when that you need to be a boss. You need to either work for yourself or you need to step into some leadership roles. Stop thinking so small. You don't want to be the employee. You want to be the boss. I feel like some of you have that capabilities. Aries are boss people. Aries are leaders. Aries are the people that can get in there and change the whole format and run a building. So why are we hiding behind these little jobs when you can go be the boss? So with this king right here, and whoa, yeah, with this 2 of Wands and this King of Pentacles, I feel like it's time for you to have be the leader. Be the leader to protect. A time to be financially, emotionally available to what you can achieve. Okay. That thing is small, it's no longer a thing. You have to now jump. All right. So November, we have the Queen of Pentacles. You are now, I feel like by the time you get to November, with the Queen of Pentacles, you finally have found your way. You finally now see that you can do it. You finally now believe in yourself. You finally now can see that you can now help others. So you've had all this help. You did the work. You did the like you went through all these different emotions, these different meltdowns. You went through all these different trials and tribulations. You built yourself up. You're now stronger than ever come November. So now you can help others. Now you can lead others. I feel like this is stepping into your healing power. This is now the person who you're supposed to be. All right, let's clarify this Queen of Pentacles, honey. You are now committed to help others. So I feel like some of you are going to be leaving your normal 9-to-5s and going to be becoming some type of healer, some type of, I don't know. You're going to be definitely into some healing. I feel like some of you are going to change your whole career path and go into helping people. Some of you are going to be life coaches. Some of you are thinking about going into therapy services, maybe becoming a therapist. And guess what? You can do it at any age. I'm definitely hearing therapy. I'm definitely hearing healer. All right, let's clarify. All right, so we got the 6 of Wands. So yes, success, more leadership. So you got leadership twice. Now you got a lot of leadership here. You got leadership, you got success, you got inspiration. The victory is your reflection of your hard work and determination. So I feel like some of you have been on the wrong path and now you finally figured it. By the end of 2026, you now know who you are. You now know what you want to do. I do feel like some of you are going to be stepping out, starting businesses because, like I said, because I see therapists, I see mentors, I see programs, I see something that you want to open and create, and I feel like it will be extremely successful. And then we have the 3 of Pentacles. All right, so you're ending your year being a part of something big. Now that you've reached the top, you now can bring others in. You're now recruiting. You're now working on a business for yourself where you're bringing in employees. I feel like with the 3 of Pentacles, you're now seeking, you've put in so much work that you're now ready to build with other people. All right, let's clarify this 3 of Pentacles. This also can mean some of you have met a partner that wants to build. I feel like there was a partner lurking around, someone new lurking around, but I feel like by the end of the year, this could be a complete partnership, and this person is going to be paying attention to all the details. It's going to be pouring into you, giving you everything that you've been looking for. All right, let's clarify the 3 of Pentacles. All right, so we have the 5 of Swords. All right, so with the 5 of Swords, you have conflict, winning at all costs, and you have some type of betrayal. So in December, be very careful who you trust. Be very careful who you're pulling into your circle. Be very careful who you're pulling into your energy. Again, some of you like to talk and vent and tell people what's going on and, you know, sharing, but some of you share with too many people, and not everybody wants to be your friend. Not everybody wants to see you happy. Not everybody wants to see you be successful. So be careful who you tell your business to, okay? This is not the time to go and tell everybody everything. This is not the time to be out there telling, okay, I got this plan, this plan. This is the time to move in silence and keep it moving. Only vet people who you can trust, and which means you have to watch people and you have to keep them around long enough to figure out who they are and what they're doing. This is not time to be trying to get ahead with the wrong people. Well, that's what came out. No more getting rich quick schemes. No more getting to the bag where I can do this. None of that. All right, Aries. Thank y'all.